Hello and welcome to another fun-filled knife adventure. Hooray! So today we're going to be taking a look at a new Bridgeport knife they just came out with. They had a pre-order on it and I picked one of them up. We got the towel and a QR code. If you want to pause the video and check that out, you're welcome to. And then we have the knife itself. Let's get right into it. Put this other stuff out of the way over here. And there we go. This is the Bodey LL from Bridgeport Knives. Super cool stonewash finish on it. I believe this is OEM'd by Kubi. Action on it feels great. Centering looks great. I like the overall design of it. Nice pocket clip. Tension feels good on the pocket clip. Pretty deep carry, you can see. Just the top there would be sticking out. It's got one screw, so it's recessed. It's got the insert to reversible pocket clip. It is a nested liner lock, so lefties could use this as well without getting locked out. Feels very smooth. Doesn't take much to close it at all. The back flipper feels great, as does the jimping. The jimping is just about perfect. It's not too aggressive. Has a nice sharpening / finger choil there. And you can get your finger in there without getting on the blade. Very comfortable. Let's see. Let's get a few measurements on the knife, starting with the weight. The weight of this one in ounces is 3.74 ounces. Good weight on it. Good average for the size. It does have some pockets milled out of it for weight reduction. Action feels super smooth. Let's see. Let's get some overall measurements on it. The length of it looks like it is about a little over 7.5, maybe 7.6. Blade length looks like it is 3.25 with a cutting edge of right at 3 inches. Let's see. Let's get the calipers out here and see where we're at on some widths. Width of the scales is 0.445. Then the width of the scales with the clip is 0.583. The width of the blade at the top up here by the choil is 0.1125. So kind of narrow blade. Means it ought to be super slicey. And then down here behind the edge, gets down to 0.025. Let me see if I can get it in 0.022 right behind the edge. That gives you a few more measurements on it. It's got some oil on it from the factory, which I would rather see oil than not see oil. No telling how long some of these knives have to sit on a shelf somewhere or on a boat. So oil is good. It does feel really good with reverse flick. Front flip feels great. Like I said, that jimping is perfect. Very fidget friendly knife. You can open it lots of different ways. The angle they put on the top of that flipper tab makes it super easy to get to it and to bring it down. The jimping is perfect on the front flipper. Let's do a few size comparisons here. We'll start out with the standard PM3 and the PM2. It is right between those. It is closer to the PM2 than it is the PM3. Let's see. Let's do a couple of knives that are close to it. That is the Artisan Cutlery Revel. And this is another Bridgeport knife. This is the 1827 FL. Very comparable in size to it. Let's see. Since it was OEM'd by Kubi, thought we would compare it to a couple of Kubis. This is the Blackout. And let's see what else we have here. We have the Kubi Supercell. You can see it is a little smaller than the Supercell. Pretty close to the same size as the Blackout. Here's the Spider Coast Smock. And here is the Walmart Bug Out. See, it's pretty close to the same size as it. Maybe a little larger than the Bug Out. The Wug Out. Yeah, overall, very classy looking knife. Let's go look at their website here. Like I said, they did have it on pre-order. It is now available. It is $145. It was $135 on the pre-order. They have it in two different finishes with the black wash blade and the stone wash blade. I got the stone washed. The black wash, the clip is also black wash. Something we didn't look at was the milling. Looks like they're showing a different clip, unless that's me. Are there little lines on it? Yes, there are. There are microscopic lines on it. Let me show you real quick on the camera here. You can see that there are some little lines, microscopic lines milled into that. I didn't really notice it from far away. So yes, it does have that. Let's go back down here and look at the pictures. It is 14C 28N blade steel. So that's how they did it for a budget. Pre-order, let's see, flat grind, titanium, 3.3, 7.5. Yeah, I don't think it was a full 7.5. I'm measuring it again. I know you can't see me, but you'll have to trust me on this one. It is, oh yeah, it is right at 7.5, sorry. 12 millimeter, I guess that's from top to bottom. I would guess, yeah, and it looks like it's more like 15 millimeters, so I don't know where that 12 millimeter came from. Blasted or black T8 screws, T10 pivot. So that's something I didn't notice. Let's go back to the camera here and look at it for a second. So the pivot is larger than normal. It is a T10 with a T8 screw for the clip. Very minimal clips on this knife. I mean, screws on this knife. Just one. I like that. I like the plain pivot. Doesn't detract from the knife at all. It's evidently got a D-shaped pivot because this side does not have a Torx in it. I don't have a T10 handy, But I do have a T8 handy, so we can check, and they lied. So it is not a T10. It is T8 both places, I would guess. Yes, T8, T8. So there we go. There's why you don't trust manufacturer specs on their websites, because that is very obviously a T8. And I guess it looked better because I'm bigger because of the shadows. Uh, there is a little slop in that though, so whereas that one fits securely, so gonna have to do it. I don't want to call them a liar if they're not a liar. It could just be me. Yeah, I believe so. I believe there's enough slop in there to get a T10 in. So let's see if we can find a T10 here. There's a T20. What is this one? That is a T15. So I'm guessing this one is probably a T10. T10. And yes, the T10 does fit. So they did not lie. I lied. That one does not wiggle, where the T8 did wiggle. So there you go. We all make mistakes. Manufacturers sometimes, me a lot of times. So that answers that question. So that's super cool. I like companies using bigger size Torx. I don't know why. I just feel like more secure and beefier, I guess. Let's do a sharpness test on it here. It's one last thing we haven't done yet. Get a fresh piece of paper and see where we're at. All right, feels super good and sharp. Feels like it could use a little stropping maybe. Uh, Stropping never hurt anybody. That's what she said. Uh, there you go. Um, Decently sharp out of the gate. Hoping they did a 14C 28N is pretty easy to heat treat, I've heard. So I don't have experience in that myself, but hopefully they got that nailed down. What do they claim the HRC is on it? Let's see. That is a spec that they do not provide, but it is manufactured by Kubi Knives. Here's the other version I showed you, the 1827 FL. It's a little bit higher priced because it's got 20 CV. It's got a little more defined milling on the clip, but otherwise it's very similar. They have a few knives. Cool thing about one of their first versions, I believe the 395, is they sell lots of different scales for it. So hopefully they will do the same thing with some of these other versions. Let's go to their upcoming tab. That's the only one showing. Archive. These are the ones they came out with first. Version 1. I like the blade shape on that. I have to go back and try to pick up one of those on the secondary market because I like the ability to swap out some scales. So, all right. I appreciate you being here with me. You could be anywhere, but you're here watching this unboxing review with me, and I appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day and a great week. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit that thumbs up for me. It helps the algorithm. I've got quite a few unboxings I need to record. I'm kind of backed up. I recorded 2 earlier today of some new Miguron knives. So hopefully you will check those out also from me. They are actually some big, huge knives. The Arma XL and the new Get On with DLC. They are both big, beefy boys. And this knife looks like a little kid compared to them. But yeah, so I do have lots of more unboxings coming soon. Check those out if you feel so inclined. Uh, Tell your friends about me if you don't mind. And we will see you on the next one. Thank you.